Alright, we're directly back from the previous video and we're just going to finish this off, but now I have a slightly bit more time, so I'm just putting in these little resistors for the LEDs, and we're going to connect it up to here, though this breadboard needs little links across here. And it's going to also need a link across these ones. It was a bit messy, but hey, that's fine. And then I think that's pretty much it, right? Oh no, this one's missing a wire as well. So we'll just review everything that I've done, and then wait. How does this? Oh, I need that kind of wire. I need a big wire. Where did I put all the big wires? There, here. We're running out of here from this pile, but that's okay. So that one has to go to the latch pin. So I haven't actually done that pin. I've just done the pull down for it. So there. So reviewing, I have the latch done, the clock which is coming from here. This is the black wire via the orange wire and the red LED. The input's going through there. The inverted output, which is going via the yellow wire to the blue LED, and we have the non-inverted output going via the grey wire to the orange LED. So that makes a lot of sense. And the serial output, we will have to use the serial output, but we won't use it first. Because I'm going to want to feed it back in. I'm going to want to feed it back into the. I'm going to feed the output of the output of the circuit back into itself, so that it repeats the flashing over and over and over. But let's actually finish the last bit, which is connecting up the power. Maybe I should. If I had planned ahead, which I could do. Let's just take this off for a second. Is this going to fit anywhere? Well, it would fit on the edge here. Okay, well then we'll have to move that ever so slightly. And now we've got to somehow get. Is that the smart way of doing things? So ground goes to there, that goes to there. So I could just plug this in straight into the USB connector right near me, but we're not going to do that. I'm going to actually power this directly, because I've never done this. I want to see if it works. So learning experiences. And alright, well then that's going to need. So we'll use the purple wire is going to go to one of the grounds. It's very hard to read this. Ground there. So it's got the V in. I don't know if I should put the 5 volts on the 5 volts or I should put 5 volts on the thin line. Wow. There's only one way to find out. I just got to double check that it is actually ground. Yes. Well, there's a clear ground on the other side. I think I'm going to use that one because I can read that one a bit better. Alright, and then 5 volts is here. I'm pretty sure they're going to be the same thing. For that, how else would I put the... There's no regulator on this thing, is there? Well, there must be. There's for this thing. Who knows? That one goes there. So we do need one more little wire though to link up this side. Alright, so I think that works. So there's the thing. All the buttons are very hard to reach. LEDs are there, and now I just need a 9-volt battery, and I've just realized that I don't have the little plug thing on hand, do I? Oh, I must have. I simply must have. Oh don't think I do. Well, in that case, it doesn't matter. Just take it off. Take the whole thing off. Essentially wired it up exactly the way it needs to be wired up anyhow. So that's fine. Seriously, I know that they're here somewhere. Oh, I give up. Okay. Let's plug this thing in. So I can continue to make terrible videos with the occasional one that aren't so bad. Alright, moment of truth. I'm going to plug it in and we're going to see what happens. Hopefully one of these LEDs should come on and one of these LEDs should stay off. And that should start flashing like once a second. So let's find out if I got it right. And it's on. This is supposed to flash. It's not flashing. So that's making me a bit nervous. What about unplug everything? Okay, now it's flashing. So if I put that one, well, that actually completely stops it. So if I undo this one, so that works. So this thing here does not go down well with this. So if I plug in the 5 volts, that's going fine, but it's not actually powering it. Alright, well, now it's the boring time where I have to sit there and go, how does this thing not work? Alright, you are going to be my little... oh, I could have tested it off something. I couldn't have. Alright, that one goes there. Oh, and here's the little connector, of course, right there. Where did I put them? Alright, so I've got this new, it's not new, another multimeter I picked up from my dad. So we'll try this one tonight. It's auto ranging. So this is actually 5 volts coming out of there that I can use. So if I can just touch it there. 4.33 is pretty abysmal, isn't it? And that's so this is all connected up. So surely this should be actually doing something. So I'm just going to double check. Alright, well, the first thing I can do, is check the difference between those two. That's not what they should be saying. Oh no, here we go. I actually don't really like the auto range. I like having it set. So that's saying 4.33 volts to that. And we're not getting anything. So let's just double check this thing. What have I got? Okay, how have I wired it up? I wired it up completely wrong because I haven't put the power onto. Seriously, how hard is it to get it in the right place? Well, that's a perfectly acceptable thing to do wrong. Alright, so now it's got the 5 volts correct. Still these aren't coming on. And the ground is correct. So I'm going to double check that one. So this is the ground and this is the 5 volts. So that's right. And 5 volts over here should be the same. There's a bit of difference. Well, that's not right, is it? Oh, well, I know why. Okay. Of course, wakey. I was so convinced that in fact it would be exactly the same. With the little breadboard thing on, but it won't be because the breadboard power supply will supply both sides, and I'm not supplying both sides. So that can go there. So green is now negative and blue is positive, of course. We can get this right. Hey, we've got a light coming on. So we're almost good. So the very last thing is this was meant to be plugged in to the output from here. The last time this was plugged in, it didn't go down well. Whoops. Okay, well this time it hasn't failed. So there wasn't. So I think last time, because I plugged this in, the supply voltage to being ground, that was making basically a direct short somehow. So it wasn't very happy with that. But now everything is fine. So if I hold down 4 buttons, like a bunch of buttons, well, that's not how it's supposed to go. It's like it's latching all the time when it's not supposed to. Alright. And then let go. Oh, I can't. Wait. I'm going to hold that one down. Latch. Now you would think when you did this, that would latch the input, and that pulse would slowly move its way down. So when you're latching it, this one here should go in. It should be a high voltage. Those are all connected to the high. They are. I've got to double make sure that one is actually getting high. Alright. We'll continue to try and test to see if we can work out why this doesn't work. So that and that should be 5 volts. It is 5 volts. So, and this one here, we better check this one, because I don't think that one's actually connected. So that is going to the 5 volts. Alright, and then this one's going into there. Let's just double check again. So this is, better read what it says. It says shift or load input. When high, data shifted. When low, aha! So pays to read the manual. It's the opposite way around to what I've got. So I want that to be high. Wait, is that right? Shift when high shifted. Right, well we don't want to shift. We want to shift in general, and then we want to pull it down to ground for our nefarious purposes. Yeah. So that's the whole point of these things. It's an educational experience. Oh gosh. Alright, so if I press these buttons, nothing should happen. But if I hold this one down and press the button and then wait, I kind of want that one to shift. Oh wait, something happened. Okay, well there's 8 of them, so we'll start with this one. So we'll hold that one down, nothing should happen. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to hold the button down. 1, 2. I think that kind of works. These are not wired up the correct way, I don't think, so we'll have to switch them around. Probably does pay to get them hooked up correctly, or to pay attention to anything. So hopefully, if I hold that one down, press this straight away, it's even worse. Alright, well, I think wait, we'll try it with this one. Okay, that works. So, latch, wait. So, which is the immediate one? That's the immediate one. That's also an immediate one. I don't like that. How can they both be the same? Wait, if I hold it down, there's an extra long one. Well, that's definitely the last one. That's just loading it all up. It's like these two are wired to the same thing. Are they wired to the same thing? Oh, you know what's wrong, of course. The wires here are all touching. Not surprising. Okay, I think we can get this. This is what you get when you have way too long legs on here. So they're all actually connected to each other. Okay, try this again. Right. Okay, I think I've got it right. Okay, so now we can make a pretty pattern if I hold down every second button and then loading it in, and away we go. That didn't work. Why am I doing this? Okay, latching it in, and when I let go it should flash backwards. One. Okay. I can just hold it down, can't I? Okay, so if I hold down 2, one, 2. Okay, that kind of works. I don't know why it doesn't work the way I want it to work exactly. So if I hold this down, let go, I should get 3 flashes, and then we can call it a night. 1, 2, 3. That's good enough. So I held down 3 buttons, I latched the inputs, they got shifted through. I don't know if they're all wired up in exactly the correct order. Don't really care. It's fine. This has taken way too long. So thanks for watching. More videos that are going to come that are much better than this one. So this is a very silly one, but we are going to continue, and we are going to make, eventually you can tell exactly what I'm going to do, of course. I'm going to make a converter. I've been through this before, a converter for this to Mega Drive controllers and backwards and forwards. So we're going to play a NES with a Mega Drive controller, and we're going to build the converter for that. And then we're going to move on to real retro computing stuff, not the silly game controller stuff, I promise. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.